Hello! Trevor Whitman is one of the best striking coaches in the game. Rose Namajunas, Stipe Miocic, George St. Pierre, they have all trained with him, and looking through the list, he has quite the track record of cultivating success. Now, with Justin Gaethje's recent win over a man many recognize as one of the best strikers in the UFC, Edson Barboza, that too is a statement in and of itself. Justin, he didn't give Edson the space he needed for his beautiful kicks. He kept close, ate the low kicks in order to maintain pressure. Then, when he pressured Edson against the cage, Edson, hitting a shot, he mitigated damage by offering his skull crown. What he lost, though, was a moment's vision. Watch how he raises his gaze and lowers his hands as he circles out. This was the moment Gaethje needed to end the bout. When his back leg trailed in with his shot, Gaethje entered a square stance. This allowed him to quickly change his angle in order to pursue Edson from southpaw. This brought Justin's power hand closer to Edson's face, compensating for the space Edson had left. Leaping lead hook from southpaw lined up clean. Have you ever noticed, though? Trevor Whitman's fighters, they all have this remarkable capacity to finish their opponents. The motion of their punches are tight and crisp, minimizing telegraph, but for some reason, despite possessing tight form, they still manage to switch their opponents off. Even with Stipe, it almost looks surreal how effortless it looks when he touches his opponents, but they just fall to the canvas when clipped one too many times. What is the secret to this economical display of power possessed by these fighters? Of course, rigorous training is a massive component to this equation, but also the way they leverage their body weight. How? It's the technique. What these fighters sacrifice is range, and in turn, they retain greater leverage from their body weight. Notice how Rose's arms never fully extend. When she connects, she retains the bend in her arm. Have you noticed how for many fighters their finishing blow is often their lead hook despite it not being their dominant hand? Why is this? Often used as a counter, knowing an opponent's next move, they permit themselves to widen the range of motion, which in turn harnesses their body's fascia, elastic recoil, but also the bend in the arm, which brings the punch closer to the body's percussion point. But mind smash, what is the percussion point? You keep saying this word, what does it mean? The center of the percussion, which is also known as the sweet spot, can be observed easily with swords. It is the portion of the blade which distributes the most force onto a target. The Japanese are brilliant in how they demonstrate their understanding of this. The katana has a curve for a very specific reason. It works as a catalyst to the blade's center of percussion, which is why swinging this blade through bamboo, if it touches against the point of percussion, there is no resistance. It almost looks as if the shoots have become butter. If a ball is struck by a bat at the center of percussion and the batter's hands are at the pivot point, the batter feels no sudden reactive force. He launches the ball in a way where it looks effortless. This is why Muay Thai elbows are so devastating, as the strikes lie closer to the center of percussion, but also hooks. It's not the fastest point or the heaviest point, but the greatest balance between these two variables, which in turn maximizes the force, with the anterior serratus or boxer's muscle being the point of pivot. Now, when applied to a straight punch, yes, the reach is reduced, but it does mitigate elbow lockout, and it does have better resistance to force returning back into the arm, which gives it more of a cleaving or pushing nature opposed to a pop. This is the secret to the bend these fighters possess when they connect, and why, despite having tight form, these fighters still deliver a percussion that can switch off their opponents. Now, when you pair that with a sense for distance and timing, a capacity to set up on shots, all these pieces start coming together, which in turn forms a more lucid picture. If you'd like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma, and until next time, peace.